Hey everyone! I've been trying to make this video for about 2 weeks, but things keep happening and I don't make it. I do have notes for this one on my fancy stationery, a used paper plate, because this is kind of a longer one. I do have a double alert going from her right now, so this could go very interesting. As the thumbnail says, I would like to talk about some basics with dog training, basically like 4 major points, and I'm just talking an overview and my opinion on them. I'm not going to be getting into detail on any one of them, but just kind of giving an overall idea on where I stand on those things. Oh boy, he's just chewing a bone here. So if you hear it, that's what you're hearing. He's just chewing a bone on the floor. See if I can tilt it and show you. Oh, there he is. Just chewing on the bone. Oh, Shasta's gonna leave us. So, let's see if I can go over where you can watch him too. Oop, sorry. Nope, I guess I can't get it down farther. Alright, anyways. So the 4 points are markers, rewards, corrections, and tools. A lot of this is going to be just the basic. I'm not going to get technical. I'm just going to keep it all layman terms and just the overview. And I'm going to be pausing to read my notes too. So first is markers. Now most people are going to think of clickers, or like using the word yes. Those are positive markers. A marker can be a tool like a clicker, or it can be a voice like the yes, or a noise. A marker is actually in itself neither positive or negative. It's neutral. It's just marking something. So you can use a marker as a positive or a negative depending on what follows. So like positive markers are often used are, like I said, the click or a yes. Negative markers could be like a clap or a hey. And those are just to pinpoint the behavior, basically. Let's see, what else do I have on there? Yeah, the marker doesn't contain the reward or correction. It purely marks a behavior. Like other people say too, sometimes it is explained as a bridge, bridging the gap between the behavior and the reward or correction for that behavior. Basically like the consequence. You're being noisy. You're being very noisy. Yes, I think that's all. That's my notes. You're sniffing my notes. So that's the markers. And no, you can't have that. I'm actually using that right now. I know, it looks like I'm ready to play with it as a toy, huh? Not right now. Go lay down. Come on. Thank you. Lay down. Good girl. Good girl. So the second thing is rewards. Most people will recognize treats as rewards. Praise. There's kind of 3 main categories that I usually use is treats, praise, and toys or play. So obviously treats is self-explanatory. That's food. Any food item that they enjoy. And then praise can be verbal or physical, like, so I'm petting him, that's a form of praise, he likes that. And then the toys or play is like would be like an item or an activity as the reward. And with rewards, the dog really, each individual dog really has to be the one to dictate what the reward for that dog is and what the levels of reward for that dog is. Because just as each individual person has preferences, each individual dog has preferences, and they are not gonna all like the same thing, and you really want to work with what the dog likes itself. I mean, you can build different things into rewards with dogs. Like a lot of people will build more of a drive towards treats, which I don't know, I just, it's fine to do, but I prefer to already use whatever the dog enjoys itself. So like Shasta here, she has a mixture of drive towards praise. She likes to please me, but she also really loves treats. So far, he's a puppy, so he's going to change as he ages, but so far, Higgins likes praise and getting scratched, like in the middle of his back here, getting his leg going, the most. He loves praise. He will take a little bit of treats, but praise and attention is what really drives him, which is great. I do like to work with a dog that is praise driven. He also really likes toys. She's not huge on toys. But then also there's the piece that you have to be careful of, like if you choose to have a treat as reward, like for her, I can't use, if I'm training a new task or something new with her, I can't use a reward that's very high value, like cooked chicken, because she's overly focused on the reward. So you need the reward to be appropriate level for what you're doing. If it is actually possible to use too high of a reward, because then they're going to be so focused, like I said with her, she gets so focused that she's not paying attention to actually learning what we're doing. So in that scenario, it's actually better to use praise rather than a treat, because she's going to learn quicker and learn more from that route. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm sure. All right, we're going to try to get through this one, though. You're all right. Go lay down. Or go look out the window or something. All right, so Higgins. No. No couch right now. So thank you, Shaz. Dog dictates the reward, yep, and yes, reward for the appropriate level to confirm the behavior. So you don't want to reward super high, you want to reward the level that's needed. So whatever level of reward will suit the scenario best. And then also with rewards, a note of like, kind of like a note of warning, or just something to be aware of, is to watch for pairing of behaviors. There can be accidental pairing of behaviors. For instance, I taught her a don't drool, because she tends to drool if I'm getting her food ready, if I take too long. And so I taught her a don't drool. But what I didn't pay attention to is when she was, when I was rewarding her for not drooling, or basically I would tell her don't drool, and that's when I want her to like lick the saliva that's in her mouth and swallow it so that it doesn't drool out. But what I didn't realize is that when she was swallowing and then I would reward her, she was also sitting at the same time. And so now she thinks that don't drool means to, swallow the saliva and also sit. So that's like a accidental pairing of behaviors, and so she thinks that the whole command encompasses all those pieces. So you have to be aware of that when you're rewarding for something. What else are they thinking that they're being rewarded for? that can get interesting sometimes. So that's the rewards.